Sunday, November 12th, 2017, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So I want to talk about Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, gold, and cryptocurrencies in general. So Bitcoin Cash has caught my attention up until a few days ago, November 9th. It was trading around $620. And this weekend, in the last 24 hours, is traded as high as $2,500 Bitcoin Cash. The highest $2,553. Right now it's at $1,650. While Bitcoin, that's dropped all the way down to 5,476 in the last 24 hours. And it's now at 6,174. And that's from an all-time high just below 8,000. So what is Bitcoin Cash? So I read here, on Wikipedia, it says on July 20th, 2017, the Bitcoin miners voted 97% in favor on the Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 91, BIP 91. The proposal by Bitmain warranty engineer James Hilliard was to activate segregated witness, or SegWit. Some members of the Bitcoin community felt that adopting BIP 91 without increasing the block size limit would simply delay confronting the issue, that it favored people who wanted to treat Bitcoin as a digital investment rather than a transaction currency. And it goes on to say they announced implementation of Bitcoin Cash as a hard fork on August 1st. It inherited the transaction history of the Bitcoin currency to that date, but all later transactions were separate. So they kind of divorced from Bitcoin and it became Bitcoin Cash. I was wondering about, the volume, the supply of Bitcoin Cash. I think it's still tied to the 21 million Bitcoin supply. And when there was the fork, they still had 4.5 million still up to the 21 million. But it does say here in an article I've read from CoinDesk, does that mean Bitcoin Cash can only mine 4.5 million more coins for the duration of the time the cryptocurrency is in use? Question mark. And it goes on to say, will Bitcoin Cash propose to adjust the parameter in the future? At this point, answers to these questions remain unknown. So we don't even know what the total supply of Bitcoin Cash could be. It says that they could adjust the parameter. Could they also adjust the parameter for the 21 million Bitcoin? And I'm starting to ask some questions here. If Bitcoin was such perfect store wealth, such perfect currency, such perfect money, why would they have to do all these adjustments? I mean, I have one of my Bitcoin wallets, doesn't have too many Bitcoins in it, a small, very irrelevant amount, about $15. And I tried to transfer it, these $15 to my main Bitcoin wallet, and it just wouldn't do it. It said I didn't have enough to make the transfer. So I thought Bitcoin was supposed to be seamless, very easy to transact, but it looks like it's becoming a bit of a mess, I have to say. So what's going on with Bitcoin Cash? Well, I'm not a specialist. I do cover these things, but I'm more of a precious metal specialist, of course. But there's an article here on CoinDesk, and it's come out, when does it come out? November 12th, so today. This morning, a few hours ago, it says, confusion and euphoria as Bitcoin Cash surges past 30 billion market cap. So I'll read here. And there's a quote in this article. It says, Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin now. So what is Bitcoin? Issued by Li Ang, this comment, head of China-based Bitcoin mining outfit Canoe Pool. The proclamation may not be distinguishable from typical cryptocurrency banter. However, the difference this time around is the context. So, and it goes on to say, the article, no idle statement. Ang's comment comes amid what can only be characterized as one of the biggest migrations of capital yet seen in the nascent asset class. Billions are on the move in the crypto markets, and it's plainly observable where the funds are headed. And it goes on to say, after hitting a record high of $800 on Friday, the price of Bitcoin Cash, the alternative cryptocurrency forked from the Bitcoin blockchain in August, has doubled within 24 hours, hitting a high of 1,856. Well, it went even higher, according to figures from data firm CoinMarketCap. At that price, Bitcoin Cash is now valued at more than $30 billion. And it goes on to say the move follows the sudden decision this week by a group of business and mining pools to suspend an effort to change the rules of Bitcoin software called SegWit 2x. By some, the effort would have increased Bitcoin's block size, one way by which its transaction capacity can be measured. And it goes on to say, but while Bitcoin's developers and technologists lauded the move, miners and entrepreneurs lamented what they described at CoinDesk as a decision that would inspire others to migrate to blockchains more accommodating to their ideas and ideals. So my question is, what's going on? You know, how I thought Bitcoin was supposed to be perfect and even better than gold, physical gold. But, and now there's even a Bitcoin Gold that's supposed to be launched today, November 12th. And this is from Bitcoin Magazine. It says Bitcoin Gold launches tomorrow, which is today, but it was written yesterday. It says, after weeks, so what is Bitcoin Gold? I don't think it has anything to do with this, physical gold, but I'll read it. Bitcoin Gold is the second project to fork away from the Bitcoin blockchain to create a new coin this year. On August 1st, Bitcoin Cash was the first, I read about that, where Bitcoin Cash attempted to offer an on-chain scaling solution by increasing Bitcoin's block size limits. BitGold is an attempt to counter Bitcoin's mining centralization. So I thought, Bitcoin was decentralized, but I guess it's not enough. So who's to say BitGold is not going to be decentralized enough? Are we going to have Bit Silver, Bit Platinum? Where's it going to end? The most important difference between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Gold is a new proof of work mining algorithm. So it goes on to all these technicalities, which I don't really understand. It's all about programming, yeah, of course, I wish I probably had a few more Bitcoins as the price has gone up quite a bit, but I do have some, and I've got an investment in a Bitcoin fund, Max Kaiser fund, Bitcoin Capital 3. I did put some money there a few years ago, but this is, my question is, there seems to be all these programmers, and they don't seem to be agreeing on anything, and they want to keep doing all these forkings. Are they going to change eventually the supply of the new derivatives of Bitcoin? Because these are all like Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Gold. They're derivatives of the original Bitcoin, and it looks for now that they're still within that 21 million supply parameter, but it could be very easily changed. So that's one thing, that I'm thinking here, because with gold, you find a gold coin or a gold artifact from a few thousand years ago, and it's still gold. It's still the same as gold that you find today, you mine today, or a coin that you mint. You can do anything with it. You don't have to change anything. And that's why it's been the ultimate form of money. For example, I've got a coin here. It's a sovereign from 1981. Queen Elizabeth II, 1981. I'll turn it around for you. It says 1981. Okay, so that's 0.2354 of an ounce of pure gold. It is a 22 karat gold coin, but the pure gold is 0.2354. And then I have one here. It's a sovereign from 1892. Here you go, the date. And it's got Queen Victoria. And it's still these coins have the same amount of pure gold, 0.2354. This one might have a little less. The weight might be a little different because of it used to circulate, but actually it's in really good condition. So what I'm trying to say, you know, over 120 years, and these are still the same. There has been no forking of sovereigns. They haven't changed the way gold is. It's still the same. So here you have, you know, cryptocurrencies. They're all over the place. I'm not saying, you know, that there's no future for cryptocurrencies, because I think there is. And the blockchain, especially, the technology is very good, I think. But you just need to be careful. This is very speculative. Take your profits. Don't put all your eggs into the crypto space. I think it's dangerous. And all this going on about forking and everything is a bit, excuse me, worrying. One thing that I'd say, though, Ethereum, you know, all the while, the last few months, all the going-ons in Bitcoin Cash, all the price movements, Ethereum has been really steady around $300. You know, I'd rather have a currency that's stable like that. So Ethereum seems interesting, but they've got Ethereum Classic as well. I haven't read about that and what that is. So that's what I wanted to talk about, you know, and also silver, for example. Silver is the same, you know, now than it was, you know, 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago. Here I've got a quarter from 1902. 1902, 90% silver quarter. And here I have a quarter from 1964, 90%. That was the last year that it was 90% silver. 1964, and it's still got the same silver content, both those coins. There has been no change to, they haven't forked. You know, the only change there's been is that government now, they've changed the quarter and it has no more silver, but silver and gold itself are still there. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I think ultimately the weakness and the Achilles heel of cryptocurrencies is that you've got the counterparty risk, and you've got all these programmers, you know, able to change things. You know, you can't hold a Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Gold in your hand. I've got no counterparty risk right now. The only risk I have is, you know, someone trying to steal it from me. But cryptocurrencies, the risk is the internet connection goes down. You know, anything, you know, you can't really touch it. There's someone between you. You know, the programmers are kind of a counterparty risk. What if they decide to increase the money supply of Bitcoin Cash to 50 million? What happens then? So that means that you can just fork out of Bitcoin and increase the money supply. There will be, you know, it will be just like a fiat money currency. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm not slagging cryptocurrencies. I've been covering them since I started my channel, and I think they've still got a place, you know, in investment. But I'm not too sure about it being money like gold and silver. And many of you will say, well, we can't use gold and silver as money or as currency. Well, only because we've been forced by governments not to use it. You know, they've imposed paper on us. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And you can also follow me on Steemit and on Twitter. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.